Picard Floop, the son of a renowned rebel general, now studying in the prestigious Merlinia Academy for the magically gifted, he sits deep in a lecture hall designed for the use of spells. The verbal components practiced and flow precisely out of his beak. Wind swirls around him, carrying a glitter towards his palms. At the center of his focus, his final exam, a golden double-edged blade embedded with a clover-shaped emerald, the twisted silver hilt wrapped in fine leather, sits on a large red velvet pillow. His professor leans over. So, do you know what it is?
Well, Professor, I think anyone in Melinia could tell you what this artifact is supposed to be. This is the Luck Blade. However, this is not truly the Luck Blade. This is a trick, no? This is a moon-touch sword. It just glows. It just glows with bright light. But someone, probably you, I'd bet, have made it look like the Luck Blade.
Very good, very good. Oh, I'm so impressed. You passed. Congratulations. Professor Suit Suit, the large owl man, pulls out a little confetti blaster and puffs it into the air.
Have you had that on you the whole time?
I have, and I am so proud of you, Peck.
Thank you. Wow, 5th year. It's really happening. Well, what's next?
Have you thought of what you want to do for your specialization?
Yes. I'm fully ready. I want to be an enchantment wizard.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so proud. Well, make sure to put that into your enrollment for next year.
Okay. So is that like we starting in 2 days or?
No. This is the last of the classes for this semester. It will be at least a few weeks. What?
I'm sure there's plenty of things for me to continue looking at and understanding and learning, correct? Yeah.
A wizard never gets bored. Oh, that reminds me. While you were finishing your exams, someone brought this letter for you.
A letter, okay. Do you know where from?
Think it might be from last home based on this stamp, though.
Oh, it's been a while.
He hands you a red letter. Out in the woods, in the autumnal fields of Gilmore and Bellis, a Dwayne Girion is being scolded by his ranger mentor, Hanson Jackals, as he went for another venture into Gilmora and tried to explore the dangerous enchanted woods that protect it.
What did you think you'd get out of this?
Well, I just thought if I made a little encampment up in a tree, I could better track something and then just shoot it with the bow. Isn't that the whole thing, advantage of higher ground?
There's been spotting of Orkin all around here, and you've seen the humanoid Orkin, but you haven't seen what they do to the beasts when they turn.
His eyes go a little wide. Orkin climb trees?
Spider Orkin can.
Holy shit, no one ever mentioned Spider Orkin. I scramble out of the tree.
And that is why you need to be careful. If you haven't even heard of sporks, then what are you doing out here? By yourself, nonetheless.
I take out a little Orkin field guide and I update a page. Orcs. So it's a spider orc, you said?
Yes.
It is a blue spider. It's terrifying. Absolutely.
If it was just a blue spider, that'd be easy to fight. But the thing's got muscles and arms just like an orc.
Can you draw that for me? I'm having trouble visualizing this. I can write down.
No, you add 2 more legs, 2 more arms,
2
more heads, but smushed
Holy.
together. See,
what the?
he takes the crayon from you and
Thank
rubs
you.
it in and scrapes a little with his nail.
Do you need that
to get
sharpened?
detail. I got this.
Okay.
By the time he finishes his new artistic masterpiece displaying the abysmal creature that is a spork, you are almost home to your large, empty but home to you.
Yep.
It has weird shaped metal bits shifting off of it, forming half domes and half in disrepair, but half upgraded to beyond any house in the area. But it is your home. You can see the one light on in one of the windows on the 3rd floor, where your dad probably is entertaining himself with drink or games, maybe the occasional friend that would come over. But you notice that the flag is up on your mailbox.
Oh shit! Never get a package.
The mailman is hung above, waiting for you to let him down from your rope trap.
Como se dice what? Oh, I got him. Oh my God. I'm actually.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, Ricky! I completely forgot about that snare. Honestly,
I did
that's like
too.
a year-old snare.
It's been 2 years since I delivered a letter here, and I
2
forgot.
years and I put down a year-old snare. Yeah, that math checks out. Ricky, I am so sorry. I cut the line and I stand under him.
Thanks, Dwayne.
I got you, Ricky. I'm sorry about that.
I still gotta go finish my route.
Hey, is that a package or what's in the box?
Just open the box and find out. It's a letter.
bag?
Jeez, Ricky. Okay, I hope you have a better day.
I've been hung upside down for 6 hours. I didn't finish my route.
6 hours. I'm sorry, man.
I gotta deliver all these letters.
I-
Good night, Ricky.
Okay.
No,
You're
God.
Ricky. I'm Dwayne.
Stupid Ricky, stupid. Good night, Dwayne.
I'm sorry, Ricky. I feel like I really did a number on you. I'll make it up to you, pal. I swear.
The smell of the maple and oak trees is a stark difference to what you've been so used to with the deciduous forest that you've spent the past 2 years in. After completing your trial, you feel as though your legs are just numb to the amount of walking. And you find yourself almost transported by your own 2 feet as the sun shifted from day to night. And now you are back at the one who trained you in the art of the woods, the one who helped you in your path from the east to the west, where a safer forest could be explored, where you can learn about yourself and your path you've chosen. Nocturus, Wexus Ranger, stands before you and congratulates you on a job well done. He'd gladly take you as a ranger, but he shows you a red envelope and says that you probably have one last mission before you can give up your life to being a Wexus Ranger.
Theo enters the house, and like after Nocturus kind of like holds up the letter, he takes a few steps in. He kind of like sets down his stuff. He walks over, sits on the love seat.
There's a beautiful dining room table in the corner and a
Yeah.
coffee table right between the 2 love seats. A low croak forms in his throat as he kind of breathes in a sigh and puts a hand on your shoulder as he lets the cup of tea that he just got for you put on the little cupboard table.
Oh, for me?
I thought this was going to be stressful, so I brewed some tea. Red letters are never good news.
I put the tea down and kneel to embrace Nocturus in a full hug, as he is a frog folk, therefore is shorter than me by quite a large amount. And he picks up the letter and he opens it and he goes,
Dear B Team, if you are reading this, then I need your help. I have been marked by the mold. I was attacked by an orkin, and the wound festered into the disease. I feared I would only have a few days before the infection stole my mind. But to my surprise, within 3 months, the mold withered away and died, without taking my mind with it. I'm cured.
This is gonna seem crazy, but I've dedicated myself to figuring out the cause of my resistance. Not naturally developed, it was administered. After realizing that I tracked the source of the vaccine, my 10th birthday party, everyone who attended and ate the cake is still alive and unharmed by the virus. But since I started to snoop into this, I fear they're being hunted down. I believe the gang my sister was with before she disappeared had something to do with the virus and how it got into every nation on the continent. Their members are infected at a much lower rate than any other group in the population. The way they're maneuvering makes me worried that this is just the beginning of their plans.
While exploring this miracle, I asked the right questions to the wrong people, and now I'm in fear for my life. I've arranged this letter and others to be sent if I do not return. I don't know if the people after me are looking for a cure to the virus or are the people who caused it. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but I need my teammates, my friends, and I'm scared. You can find my house where we first met. If this letter has been sent, then it most likely means they found me there. I will leave copies of my information in the places we would hang out after a match, where we went if we lost, if we won, and if we tied. Please save me, love, Tobiko Marikin.
I really thought this was going to be good for you.
I'm hoping. I
Or
pack up and I
maybe-
leave.
And a pack and a leave.
leave.
You're always welcome here, Theo.
I know.
Whenever you finish your quest, we'll be waiting. The forest will be waiting. You will be a Wexus Ranger someday, if that's where it leads you.
So you guys have all received the letter, and it tells you the first place to go is where you all began as a team. When Coach Tickler was your Little League coach for the Blossom Bees Little League team of Dodgeball. Life's taken you to different aspects and different walks, but those years of friendship always united you. And to hear an outreach for help by Tobiko Mariakin. You all see each other for the first time in 5 years at least as you approach the fields. Do you guys want to give me initiatives to kind of like see as you arrive?
I've drawn my weapon.
Absolutely.
And
Okay.
initiative. Okay.
Well, so
yeah,
I was
sorry.
actually hoping, as I am the only person still in town, could I be
I
there
was
first?
I was gonna say I was
Yeah.
gonna ask like how was this timed? Because I'm in another country. He's still in town. I think he's in another country.
Roll
If
me a d4 actually.
Yeah,
I'm curious how this all works.
that's a 1.
So luckily you run there that night. You get the letter and you just start sprinting to the field. It's like an hour walk from your house.
Yeah, it's not far.
No one's there.
That's what I figured.
But next day, high noon, that's when you two both arrive.
the same time.
Yep.
Ooh.
From different sides.
Ooh, interesting.
Tall grass of fortune fields, like obscure your view as you guys like crest over the hills. But as you can kind of see some of the stalks of grass move out of the way and the bleachers come into distance, you can kind of make out 2 other figures of moving grass.
Can I give a fun bit of flavor for
Can-
how we might be able to recognize each other?
Can he give a fun bit of
He
flavor?
absolutely can get some fun flavor.
So I have Artificer Tinkering. They are magical effects that do indefinitely last until I make more. So if I just never made more, the ones I made for you guys would never go away. In the same way he gave you a gear, he would give you a gear and Tobiko a gear, and then like design a pin for himself and then give those gears the glamour of that pin. So we all have like a little emblem or patch that is that design. So you guys will probably see that on Dwayne's like shoulder as an emblem immediately if you still had yours.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd probably say it's like a claw on a dodgeball.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got that like swoosh kind of logo to it. Kind of like Adidas or Nike.
Hell yeah. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
Starts to thrum a little bit as like you get closer.
so Dwayne is the one who's there right now,
Yep.
correct? What does Dwayne look like? What are we seeing? Because you're probably the one that we see first.
So you can see him in the center of the old dodgeball arena. And all around it is like tall grass and the overgrown bleachers.
Yeah.
And
How
so
tall is the grass?
it's like 3.5 feet.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So not too far above the grass, you see 18-year-old Dwayne Girian. So Dwayne stands about 5'2", 5'3". As Mike has described him in the past, he looks like the Pokemon fisherman, in that he has a kind of survival jacket with many loops for different tools and belongings on it, and then has khaki shorts on the bottom. There's a lot of open exposed skin between his arms and legs, just so at any time he can cautiously check for blue rot. Oh, also, he wears goggles as a necklace currently. He has the patch of the Blossom Bees, which is that like claw with a mace ball. He's got that as a patch on his shoulder nowadays. And he has 2 little pointed mouse ears. They're not round like Mickey Mouse. They have that little tuck in the middle that makes it curl inwards. and he's just been like kind of kicking grass. Seems like he's been here for a while, kind of bored. It's like watching paint dry, except there's still more paint to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it is.
It is. He said it would be somewhere in the field, and this grass is tall, and I am short, and it is difficult. It is difficult, my friend.
I'm gonna say, do you choose to be next or last to go in, given you'd have the most experience walking through all this grass?
And you're the tallest, so you see us.
I would probably. Do I know it's Dwayne?
Yes.
I'd walk in. The person who walks towards you is covered from shoulders to feet in bandages, and on their head is around their right eye. But otherwise, their head is the only thing that you can really see that is bare, exposed skin. It is a completely hairless, except for long eyebrows on him that like kind of droop down to his shoulders. He is human looking, and he is wearing a clearly some form of beast that he has slain as a rite of passage, that he is now wearing as a cape that is being pinned together with that clawed emblem right in the dead center. It is what is holding the cape in place.
Oh, kind of like what is that, a brooch?
Yeah, like a brooch. Like it is what is holding his travel cloak on him currently. But he normally has that cloak on him in most cases. And then he is also covered in small, almost razor blades, kind of just throughout his body, with a spiked collar that goes around his shoulders.
You're wearing blade?
Yes.
Kind of like
I'm
sharp studs.
Covered in studs.
I wanted to hug you.
I know.
But
I'm covered in studs.
I'll process that when it happens.
Yeah. I'm not gonna change my clothing.
Yeah,
so you
no,
can
please
hug me.
don't. Please don't change for me. Interesting.
I want to like get a vibe on how much I perceive of the situation happening because I'm arriving last.
I'm gonna like paint the situation as it's happening to you, and then
Okay.
you come in with that perception check. How about that?
Okay. Do you want me to roll it now or later?
Oh, give me now.
21.
Near moments after Theo reaches the border of the fields and sees Dwayne, and your expressions both begin to light up, a rustling from near behind you, near the bleachers on the west side, begin to draw your attention as you see an old friend.
Coming out of the tall grass, you see Pack. You see a raven folk, about 5'5", 100 pounds, wearing basic sort of leather armor, nothing too fancy, with a cloak on, a black cloak with a nice like light blue gray sort of trim on it, and holding that cloak together at his neck is the gear.
Yeah.
And as he exits out of the grass, he says, "By the gods, if it ain't the B team."
B team! You guys kept the gears! Holy shit! Oh my god, bring it in! I go to hug Theo. What happens?
How tall are you?
5'2".
And you're just like full frontal hugging me?
Yeah.
You would have gotten hit by spikes that are close to my knees, my pelvis, and probably on my back.
What about your codpiece? Do you have a codpiece?
No.
Oh, what the shit, buddy? You're spikier than Peck.
Yeah, I decided to go full, pain man. Let's go.
I don't get it, but I support you, man. Like, hey, power to you, Peck. Great to see you. And I go over and give Peck a big hug.
I return the hug.
I hold up my hand for a high five.
You should know better.
No, trust me, among all things.
If you want the pain, and I'm gonna high five him.
Yes, sir.
And can I roll an attack roll?
I'm pretty sure it's like you just roll damage. Like he's taking it.
He's
Oh,
taking
yeah,
it.
I'm taking
He
Okay.
has an AC of gimme.
It's gonna be 2 slashing damage.
Y'all, this went to a weird place
Cool.
quick.
Heck yeah,
As
man.
as my as you high five me and my talons go straight into one of your fingers.
Sick.
Okay.
Nothing happens. The bandages kind of like sink in, and then Theo pulls them out kind of quickly. And then you see him kind of like fussing with his hand a little bit. But the bandages are clean, baby.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I feel like you gotta. Theo, where you been? I mean, that's some crazy stuff you got
I've been
going
in
on.
the woods, man.
Can you explain what Theo looked like pre this, just so I have a clearer picture of that like transition in my mind? Is this like
Theo?
the Mormon kid came back goth? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Because Theo before was like, he was
Yes.
here wearing classic, like when he was a kid, he would wear troll clothes.
Yeah.
Real big, real baggy, heavy leather,
Heavy,
like
like leather.
a lot of
Yeah.
drapery.
But like the thing with that was that, like, Last Home is a pretty temperate climate. Like he was just kind of wearing like, short sleeve shorts kind of situation as a kid, running around having fun. But those clothes were made of like skinned animals or whatever his parents had killed. So the cloak is not out of the ordinary. I would say the bandages and the spikes are a little new.
Yeah, they're a little new.
They're a little
Dwayne's
new.
feeling a little not off put.
The covered
curious.
the covered eye you would remember.
Yeah. Oh, the eye is a gimme.
You did roll a 21 on perception, so there was
I
something
did.
else you noticed here.
Okay.
So you noticed that these 2 old companions, which definitely caught your attention, were in the center field, but in the bleachers, one of the bigger sets, you can kind of feel something watching you from it. The reflection of these, like an orange glint and a yellow sort of glow in the eyes that you recognize to be Orkin.
Sorry, did you say like eyes?
Yep.
As
Underneath
in-
bleachers.
An orc may be watching us
Yes.
from the bleachers.
Yes.
Oh fuck. And I noticed that after interacting with these people or beforehand.
You get the feeling of it probably beforehand.
Shit. I am going to, as soon as I notice that and have that recollection of, oh, this seems Orkin, I'm gonna turn. How far away is it?
It's like all the way across the other side of the field. So it's like a good 70 feet, 80 feet away.
Oh,
Like
okay.
towards this bleacher. And it's like a big structure. You can see that there's like a heavy shadow underneath it as the bleachers sort of go up and are kind of tilted at the end where vines have grown up them. And over the grass where you can see it's kind of dead in there, you get the idea in the shapes of the blackness underneath that there's some figure standing there hulking, and you can kind of see the glint of the eyes underneath it, but it's a little too far away and a little too dark in the shadow of it to get a full idea. Have you dealt with Orkin a lot?
I'll ask you, what's the status of it in Merlinia?
So in Merlinia, it's all outside the buildings. It is
Then no.
yeah. Okay.
I would have maybe studied it in a
Mhm.
safe environment.
Mm.
I don't think I'd have much outside contact, which is why I want to react in a specific way. Of as soon as I notice this, like see that glint,
Mhm.
just kind of being like, "Oh fuck," and saying, "Shit, down," and grabbing these 2 and like pulling them down into the grass with me.
Mhm.
Can I do a perception check on that?
Yeah, as you see him panic now, both of you roll me perception. With
Yeah, I mean,
advantage.
okay, dude, getting down, but what is it? Well, what time of day is it right now?
It's midday.
Yeah, midday?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it's like sun's high in the sky.
Peak sun. It's
Okay.
shining right down.
I got a 14.
Got an 18.
Between the two, averages out. You both manage to see what.
So I do see it.
Yeah, you see something underneath
Underneath what?
the bleachers
Okay.
across the fields.
I sprint towards it.
Wait, Theo! I like grab you by the arm and I just like lift my crossbow. I go, you can just shoot it. we could just shoot it. Why don't we just shoot it?
Oh, right. You guys are here. Dude, just give me like 2 seconds, okay?
Can
What
I
are
get
you- what?
medicine checks?
From everyone.
Yeah.
Am I also? I'll roll medicine. I'm a doctor.
19.
20, not nat.
Medicine, 10.
Perfect. You know that Orkin tend to act very different in the dark versus the light, but you haven't found a true pattern to how that works. Well, you two know very distinctly that when Orkin are in the dark, they are much more passive, almost more intelligent in a way. They are more keen to observe and plan something out. But once moved into the light or exposed to sunlight, they enter a sort of frenzied rage and start attacking relentlessly.
Oh, so it might still be in its intelligent form right now since it's in the shadow.
You guys, I love that you're here, and I'm also freaking out about that thing.
You're freaking
you-
out?
did
Oh, I'm
you
so
guys-
sorry. Wait, just give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll take care of it. Well, guys, it's just an orc. I've killed so many of them. It's fine. Just give me a second.
You killed orcs?
The ones that can't be saved.
Wait, you've killed orcs? That's actually a great point. You've killed orcs?
The ones I couldn't save, yeah.
What?
Well, you could save them.
I mean, okay. This is not the time to have this conversation,
This
my guys.
really
There's
is not the
someone
time.
staring at us. Do you want to go? You want to do it ranged?
What if this is Tobiko or someone? In the letter, he said that he was infected. That could maybe
Oh, shit.
it's one of the B team.
Oh, shit.
All right, so you take the shot here, and I'll go run in. You
Wait,
ready?
Wait, I got it.
Theo.
Let me take a verbal shot. B team? I call out in that direction.
Nothing. It continues to stare. Now that you've all sort of found its form in the darkness, it just sort of moves up and down with its breath. But as you've seen in the past, it won't step out into the sunlight super willingly. It like kind of chooses to stay in this dark, and it's just watching.
Okay.
I don't even know if we should kill
I
it.
am-
Maybe
well,
it is.
I am
Tobiko.
I can-
in full sprinter's position, like how you would at
Theo.
the beginning of like an Olympic
Theo,
race.
buddy, you gotta dial
Theo.
back the zeal.
I'm all for it if it becomes aggressive. For a moment, can we please entertain the thought that it might not be?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I-
sorry. Dwayne
I-
said he was freaking out. I just wanted to help.
no, you're
I'm
fine.
sorry. Am
No,
I?
it's so good to see you.
Am I
by the
making
way.
things weird?
No.
I'm gonna be real. It's a little weird for me.
It's a
yeah.
little
it's
weird.
It's a little
I'll-
weird
I'll-
for me.
you know
I
what?
told
I'll
you I was
turn it back.
freaking out.
Wait,
you
wait,
went to
we're
go
off topic.
sprint off to
We're
kill
off
a
topic
guy.
again. We're
Oh
off-
shit!
Hold on,
Shit
hold on.
balls.
I can get closer without it noticing me, most likely.
Yeah, go for it, man.
And then you'll be ready to kill it.
Yeah,
And
Sound good?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You be ready to shoot it.
I'll kill it
I'm already ready. I'm
I'll
freaking
kill
out.
it so dead that it couldn't even think about being alive at one point.
I want you to know,
Great.
however cool on the exterior, I'm freaking out.
Okay. I also, you notice I pull my cloak back a bit, and you see a rapier and a short sword on me. I'm also ready. But okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna get.
I like take a moment where
I'm gonna get closer.
I like dip in with my hand for a second. I'm like, are we all armed now? Did that happen? Did that happen to us? Do we all have?
Are we?
I like pull out my heavy crossbow. I'm like, are we all packing? Is this happening?
Dwayne. Topic. Off topic.
Fuck, you're right.
I'd like to roll stealth if I can, and try to sneak through the tall grass to get closer. And if not sneak, it kind of just come off as non-aggressive.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to make that active choice now.
I want sneak, but you gave me a look when I said sneak.
Ignore my looks.
Semi
Like
impossible.
I don't play.
I want it
poker.
recorded that John gave me a look.
I want it
No,
on the
sneak works
record.
fine.
On the record. 21.
Yeah. You get right up to the edge of the bleacher where the grass is sort of dead from being in the darkness for most of the day. And you find that while there's the one hulking one standing over, staring out, there's one on the ground seemingly asleep.
Oh, so there's two here.
Mm-hmm.
I do have dark vision. Can I make out any distinct features?
Don't make out with them.
Yeah, you can see that now that you've like kind of enveloped yourself in the darkness of being under the grass and got into the shadow, your vision switches over and you can see the sort of new colors of darkness. And you notice that they're in sort of uniforms. Potentially these were dodgeball players before they got turned. A
Okay.
broken bat is held clenched in the one on the ground's hand as if it's never let go of it a day in its life.
And I don't recognize these
No.
folk. Could I, even if
It happens very quickly.
so once they're at this point, it's pretty well known to everyone that they're not recoverable. It's at least to our current knowledge.
There are specific cases that people have come back from this, but it is not something that is reliable enough to count on it happening right now.
There's two major factions, the people that believe that they are now truly lost once they've entered the state, and people who believe that one day or even maybe now through some means there's a cure. The people in the east are the ones that believe there's a cure. The people in the west believe that the Orkin are just lost, like they are fully transformed human beings that cannot be saved.
Merlinia is
They're a bit of an exception though, just since they've really isolated themselves. And wizards tend to have a strong diversity amongst their ideological views as well.
and right now they're being more observant and not aggressive, and they're making the conscious effort to stay in shade in midday.
So fucked.
Crouching in the grass, looking into the darkness of underneath the bleachers across the field. Picard, as he sees the two Orkin, one standing looking out at Theo and Dwayne, the other lying there as in some sort of dream as he clutches a bat. As you're there, we have Theo in sprinter's posed, ready to pounce on these people.
I will say, after Dwayne told me that he did not want me to go full commando mode, I stood up and started giving him a back rub to calm it because I knew he was stressed about the orcs. So now I'm giving him a small back rub, but I am still ready to go, kill shit if I need to. But like, I'm here for my friend.
That's
I'm
the
like-
health action.
I am taking up a marksman's pose with the crossbow. I'm like aiming for the ankle of this heavy one that's bobbing up and down. He's
Wow.
massaging my shoulders. I'm like,
Got some knots.
man, I gotta say, this has been a crazy day. It's been a crazy day because I'm just trying to aim at an Orkin ankle and you're giving me a shoulder massage. Like,
Does it feel
man,
good?
I missed you, buddy.
Is it-
It feels great.
I'm glad.
Are there thorns in your hands? Do I have to worry about that?
No, this is the one place there aren't thorns.
Man, what's with the thorns? I don't mind it, but what's with the thorns?
I'll show you if you want.
Later. Jeez, I thought it was gonna be so many words, but we're just like looking on at Peck. What, Peck? Do you have any like signal that you're
Sorry,
giving?
I've just been enjoying watching John's facial expressions as he tries to figure out in his head how he reacts to this in world.
Like, because I'm like, perfect, easy, help actions, massage, perfect aiming of the bow, and then aims for the thing completely out of sight.
I'm not gonna aim for his fucking head.
I understand. I in my head, I'm like, my facial expression was going
Advantage, disadvantage.
exactly.
I roll normal.
Roll normal.
Thank you. Well, I'm not shooting him yet. I'm waiting for Peck.
He has to get the hand sign. He has to do the Naruto hand weaving. And then we'll know
But
to shoot.
how-
What?
Never mind. No, that's not
What do
my
you-
place. It's not my place to say.
I'm catching up with my pal Theo while I'm waiting for my other
Okay.
buddy Peck to tell me if I should shoot a guy
Yeah,
or not.
give me. Well, let me before you start
yeah.
to hit play on the world.
I
DM.
was going to paint out the picture one more time.
No, that's what I was about to do as
Okay,
well, from my
perfect. Go ahead.
perspective, so that you understand what we think we're doing, and then you can tell us what we're
yeah,
actually doing.
please.
So Peck is over giving a full investigative check into what is going on with the orc, finding out that there is two orcs or Orkin underneath these bleachers. One asleep, one is staring at us, but not at Peck.
Does not appear to know I am here.
Okay.
He's staring at you and
At
you.
me?
Yeah, like at the both of you.
Okay, right.
Well, it's both of us because
Because I have now stood up from my.
no, come on, power through,
Once I
power
say I
through.
stood up, it makes it worse. I stood up to give a shoulder massage to a rat folk with a heavy crossbow the same size as him, who's trying to assumedly take aim on what he thinks is a pair of eyeballs that he got pointed out to by someone who is now 40 to 70 feet away. So my
Through the
assumption
tall
is that
grass.
Nelson's laughing because he's about to ask you what the fuck are you going to shoot on him that you can see, because you can't see anything right now.
The advantage,
I can explain perfectly, because when you're looking at a set of bleachers, you have an incremental step going down. So if I understand which pair of bleachers the head is at, I can count down to where the bottom bleacher is, accounting for a drop of my arrow in distance. All I have to do is aim a little bit to the left of the head and down. Boom, there's your ankle.
And if you were to explain that to Theo, he would just hear, I am an artificer. I artifice. My shots are artificial, and therefore they artifice.
I take out a wrench and I point it. It is done.
So shoot your device.
I will shoot it.
No, sorry. I didn't mean to engage that and force it upon you. I just wanted to rhyme. Picard,
Hi.
you are down, crouched. You are mere feet from this orcan's face.
I am.
The musky smell of their blue, moldy skin reaches your nose with a sickening smell. One that you haven't had to smell in many, many years.
I think Peck, without having actually been too involved in the whole Orcan stuff for many years, just naturally falls into the camp of, I'm sure these people can be saved. So he doesn't want to start a fight. And that's the key here. He doesn't want to start a fight.
Fuck.
I like that. That's a very valid.
I don't want to fight. You don't want to start a fight, and you will end any fight.
I will begin and end any fight.
I will fight if needed, but in this situation,
I'm a hairpin trigger right now.
I'm not seeing much of a reason to fight.
Yeah.
And so, but I also have enough common sense and basic knowledge of this virus thing to be like, I probably can't reason. I probably can't just walk out and say, hi ho. Don't kill us.
You've definitely read reports, papers about this, real detailed conversations from people that have never experienced this, but are real well book learned on it.
I hate to ask it this way, but I feel it pertinent. What is the lockdown policy for like Orcan and Orcan exposure or
entirely
sighting?
given up because there is no confirmed way on how it spreads.
So they just gave up. Even if you see an Orcan, there's like no system of reporting.
It's more like a shoot on site policy for most places, but every nation has its own ways.
What's Lost Home?
Last Home has been to mostly kill on sight for the inner city, but tried to deter them out. But most law enforcement is still run by the mayor, and he can only do so much.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I'll be real, I was reading the letter again, which Theo probably read a couple times before he got here, so this would be like on his mind. It was said that the source of his vaccine, the administered resistance to this virus, was everybody at his 10th birthday party. Did we know?
I mean, we were at that birthday party.
We were at that birthday party?
Yeah, we were all at that party.
So
absolutely.
That cake was delicious.
So assumedly saying we also might have some resistance to this?
Seemingly so.
You're not going to find me testing that.
Okay.
Not going to find me
the other question I have is,
I won't artifice
you said that this dude was a dodge brawl guy, right?
Yes.
And this area is overgrown.
Yes. This has not been in use by.
No, I know, but I'm just asking, is it's like, if this place hasn't been used in a while and it's overgrown, how long have these Orcan been here? Like,
that's also
who
kind of
are
what
they?
I'm thinking is like, maybe this is like a nest. We might be encroaching on them.
I was going to say, the problem might be that they have gotten, even if they were savable, they've been here for like 4 years.
Well, so let's regrouping Peck. What are you doing?
I'm like crouched, so I'm like, it's 3 feet tall. I'm like 2 feet tall
This
right
is
now.
an awkward situation because we're the people who are ready to pop off in case something happens, and you're the guy who went in.
You'll
and
be able
you're-
to tell.
I think I just want to kind of like call out to the wind in this silence. I want to be like, hey, do we?
Okay.
Fuck, do we do
He
something?
does this. What happens? What happens? Do you kill me? Do you kill me? Let's find.
Roll me an insight.
That's a solid 3.
Heck. just like calling out over there because now I'm not even sure that I'm seeing Orkin.
Wait,
I'm just like,
So you're crouched down.
Yeah.
You can see the small one. Would you say you're around the edge? Did you like travel along in the grass to around, or did you go direct path?
I would not do direct path.
Okay.
I'm like at a 45-degree
All right.
angle to the
You
side.
can you have your hand on the beam.
Yeah.
One of them. It's kind of overgrown with vines.
Oh, I'm that close.
He looks like he's getting antagonized by those words.
Yeah.
With every breath, you can't tell if it's because your own heart's beating a little bit faster,
Yeah.
or his breathing's getting faster. Doesn't seem to be moving. The side's getting riled up,
Gotcha.
but the other one doesn't seem to be waking it up at all.
do
You
want
signal?
me to- do you want me to go? Do you want me to go get Peck? Or do you want
Theo, maybe if you go around and see if you can get like a signal out of Peck. I'm just gonna
sneaky or not sneaky?
maybe a little sneak. Little sneak.
All of a sudden, Theo drops to the floor, hands and knees, super like down on the
You
ground.
just see a moving crop circle.
and then the grass just starts to like move because I'm not trying to be sneaky with the grass, but I am out of eyesight. So if they're looking at the grass at like eye level, you might not see anything moving. But if you were to stand up, you just see this one little fucking tuft shuffling across, getting closer to the other
Roll me
side.
sneak.
All right, let's do it. All right.
From out in the open field, I'm gonna go, hey Peck, I'm figuring stuff out. If you want stuff to happen, wait, shit. If you want stuff to happen, don't say things. If you don't want stuff to happen, say for that. Yeah. Yes.
10.
I'm like just calling this out in the wind, trying to like talk, figure it out. I'm like, what is the Peck? I'm trying to figure out how you can tell me something.
I rolled a 10.
You get up right next to Peck's shoulder, and
No, I was going the other side.
Well,
Dwayne said to Theo, I'm feeling calm now if you want to head to the other side of the bleachers.
okay, then we're gonna have you run to the entrance of that grass over there,
Hell yeah, man.
because it's all the way across the field,
I'll see you later.
and then you can enter from that other side.
Peace.
So what are you doing?
So we brought something up earlier of like we don't know how long they've kind of been here. Can I roll some sort of perception now that I'm here to kind of tell if they've been here a while? Like, can I tell if this is a sort of nest type thing or if they recently moved here?
Yeah, roll me perception.
That's a solid 7.
If you want to like, okay, they look like they've almost become part of the environment. Looking at them further, you can see that there's like actual roots growing up out of the ground onto them.
Oh, they've been here a long time.
Like leaf fall has ended up and like fallen on them and on the sleeping one. While they're definitely still alive and breathing, they have not moved in a very long time.
Got it. Okay. I think that's all I need. I'm gonna stare for another like 15 seconds, taking a mental picture,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna attempt to sneak back towards where I currently believe my two friends are.
Perfect.
Oh no.
Ideal.
Oh, no.
Just as you exit the grass, it was a mere moment before Theo
Uh-huh.
entered it.
Yeah.
And so you just see Dwayne there.
Oh, cool. Theo just went around looking to the other side so you could do a little pincer and I have the gun. You want to? Do you want to go back and do that or?
Theo,
Oh God, wait, Theo,
Theo,
we're revising.
Theo,
We're revising the plan,
Theo, come back sneakily.
Shit,
how
Theo.
far away have I made it by then? Do I hear them?
So just as you pull over the next test of grass, you see the sleeping form of an orkin before you.
Okay,
Do I hear them?
Yeah, you now start to hear them as like you also hear. What's your passive perception?
12.
You notice that they haven't noticed you. They seem to just be in their own state. One has its eyes shut clearly and could be sleeping, and the other.
Have I seen Orkin that look like this level of turn? Do I know like how long they've been?
Probably a year at least.
Okay.
They're fully turned. It's hard to tell when they're like this whether or not they're going to be really powerful or very frail.
Does this look like the kind of dude I could subdue without waking up the other one?
No. Oftentimes when they're connected like this or really close together, and have plants connecting them, the simple touch of one being woken up will wake the other.
Okay. So Theo's gonna start to like move a little bit closer to the one that is like quote unquote lookout.
You do hear your friends calling that the plan's changed, just so you know.
Yeah.
I am yelling,
rising!
Theo, come back,
Now,
sneakily,
what
come
I
back.
have to wait, you said sneakily come back?
Yeah.
Can I, wait, would it be nature or insight to know if they're hearing people talk right now?
You can roll me either. If you would like to look at their expression and base it off of that, I will allow you to insight. If you want to go based on your knowledge of how the Orkin
I'm gonna do
are.
insight. I want to see if these guys are even fucking home. They might just be husks. They might be dead and one's just sitting there like
Yeah, poke him.
frozen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, poke him.
Don't say yeah, poke him because I will.
Okay.
17. I'm getting good rolls.
With that, roll me with nature with advantage as well.
Nature with advantage. I rolled 2 nat ones.
Staring at this one's face, you can tell that it's reacting to the noise and the volume, but not the words. It's no one's home. Maybe it's a regional thing. You can see its brow raise with the volume of the voices being shouted, but you don't see any other expression on its face or through its body that implies it understands what's being said, just that something nearby is loud.
Okay. Yeah, do I have to sneak all the way back around? Or do I think that they're do I have to go all the way back around? Or are they gonna like start doing a fucking anti-pincer move again to try and find me if I go all the way
anti-pincer
around
the
again?
You can easily get out now. Like
I just don't want to go all the way back around and have them be like, we have to go send someone back in to get him. Like,
I'm gonna juke to pincer if I attach a rope to me.
yeah, okay, so I go, all right, so I go back the way that I saw Peck was standing, and I kind of like crawl through that way. And I'm gonna like sneak back over to you guys. And I'm like, hey.
Just roll me a stealth real quick.
No. I rolled 2 nat ones a second ago.
Yes,
Stop-
you shouldn't
don't-
roll
don't-
anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It would be a statistical anomaly.
Oh, thank God. 15 plus something. 15 plus 1, 16.
Cool, perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, you
thank God.
So I sneak over to them, and I'm like, hey guys,
Thank God.
so they're checked out. There's no one home. Their eyebrows are kind of like raising when you guys talk, but they're not. I think they're brain dead.
Okay,
just gonna be
so
honest.
we can at
Well-
least talk freely here, then you think?
Well, this is what I was. They've been there for a
For a while.
long time.
I
They
heard-
have roots growing onto them.
Sounds like they're not
but
moving.
I will say,
I
right?
think that's
would
just
either
their
of you like
territory.
to make a nature check?
I will say, having
Sure.
roots on you and being a fungal creature, like having roots on you might not mean you've been there for a while. To be fair, just to
That's another 7.
can I roll it again now that I'm in a new setting?
It's you recalling the information to them allowing to do it.
Perfect. Sick.
Dirty 20.
So we'll start with the low and then go on to the high. Both of you are aware that there are some sort of plant-like plant predators that use a similar function where they may not understand speech but recognize this sort of vibrations around them and react. So speaking close by to them may cause them to awaken. Even though they can see you physically, they just may not awaken unless something gets too close. With your dirty 20, the vines and stuff wrapping around the feet of the Orkin is not a true tell of that they've been there a long time, because plants often grow much faster around still Orkin.
Yeah, I mean the vines at the feet, honestly walking mulch wherever they plant their ass.
Well, yeah,
So if they've been there a while, they're just gonna grow a lot around their feet.
It's like a camouflage. They actively grow.
yeah. They have like leaves falling on them.
I get that that's
Oh, there's
dangerous.
2
and
of them.
believe you me, I am two. I am now double
One's
scared shitless.
sleeping.
But I'm guys.
Well, they're
I
hold-
keep rereading this note. I guess what I'm asking is, what was Tobiko trying to show us here?
He said you can
let's go for his
find
house.
you can find my house at the place we first met. To
Yeah,
where-
so it's like further in the fields, in the overgrown field out there. It's towards them, but it's like a different direction.
I
So
do-
it's going east. It's going about like northeast. Why don't you guys roll perception?
Yeah.
If you guys are going to walk out into this field, you probably want to look at it.
Devin.
Can I roll nature to recall if orcs come in bigger
You can after you
squads
give me a
than 2?
perception.
Okay.
9.
No.
So we have a 7, a 9,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20. Wonderful. You two don't notice anything out of the ordinary in the field. It seems like it begins to grow some trees, and there's like a little bit of a cliff as you look farther in the like distance of it. But that's like a few hundred yards out. In this big field, overgrown though, you notice definitely no house here. There's
I think we noticed
There's-
that too.
there's trees down there, but like there's no clear foundations. There's no anything.
I stop walking. I just kind of start looking around. Did Toby?
Did he live in a tree?
You
Is there
guys
like
see
an
the house?
exact spot that we met?
He might have lived in a. Well, there is an exact spot we met.
Yeah, can we?
It
does
was right
anyone-
over here, 42 steps to our left, and then 3 steps forward, and then maybe a step to the right if you take long strides.
I will follow your strides.
1, 2, 3.
Please
Give me a
count.
wisdom save with advantage.
Oh.
Wisdom save advantage, dirty 20.
Oh, these 20s are dirty. How many
As
dirty
you
know?
follow not the visuals in front of you or the sense around you, trust your feet as they walk step by step, and you pass through some sort of barrier. As it fizzles over you, the smell of burnt wood
Whoa.
hits your nose
Whoa.
abruptly.
Oh.
And as you were all following inside, wisdom saving throw, like
Oh, yeah?
advantage, both of you.
Oh, sweet, with advantage.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice.
Well, yeah, probably because you saw me just start going, oh shit, you would know that there's also something coming.
Woo! 19.
12.
Yeah, you all make it.
Whew. Thank God.
As you
Oh,
enter this, you can now see smoke in a sort of bubble around you. The burnt foundation of a
Oh,
house
shit.
is in like a sort of acre in front of you. Even the fence posts have been kicked over, gardens smashed, the windows all broken in and shattered in pieces on the floor, as everything is burnt and the smoke seems trapped inside the spell.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Jesus.
Is this Tobiko's? Has anyone ever been to Tobiko's house?
Oh, that's a lot of smoke.
I'm actually lower to the ground, so it
Yeah.
doesn't affect me as much.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying for me, particular. Sorry.
Yeah, so we've never been here?
No,
Oh, shit.
So the house is like
you guys,
burnt
can you guys,
down, or
completely burnt down.
can you guys get rid of the fire?
With what?
I don't know.
I might. Fuck. I can, shit. I can.
There's no fire anymore. It's all been
It's
burnt
just
away.
smoke.
The smoke seems trapped in here for whatever spell's causing the illusion
Can
is
I
also keeping the smoke in.
Can I like try to find a way to disperse some smoke out of the spell without breaking like the full barrier? Is there like a way I could kind of like, like how you keep a door open when you make a steak that's really
Yeah,
really fucking smoky and you just kind of like let the smoke out a little bit?
yeah. You
I don't like that you're smiling when I
no,
do that.
I just it's a really cute answer. I like it.
Okay, cool, yeah.
You stand right on the intermediate of the barrier. You start waving your hand and creating a little circle and expand it with your arms, kind of as if you were to blow a giant bubble between them. That starts just allowing all the smoke to funnel out.
I'm just gonna stand there for a minute and go.
You're just coughing up a lung as smoke
Yeah,
is
I'm like-
blowing by your face.
After a few seconds, after a few seconds of it, you are covered in ash, and you can you're wiping it all off your chin.
looks like
It's
I-
dyed your
guys, look
eyebrow
at-
black as
It looks
well.
like it looks like I have a beard.
what was that?
Now that the smoke is gone, you can clearly see this burnt down house. There's evidence that it was once a 2-story house by a piece of staircase still rising up on the far right side, but the left is completely destroyed. The rubble collapsed in on itself on the concrete foundation.
Can I search through the rubble?
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, I'm pretty light if you want me to go check out the top floor or whatever's left of it.
Did someone say light? And then I cast light on Dwayne.
I'm now glowing for whatever inordinate amount of time. Like my goggles are glowing, and I went, "No, Theo, but thank you, I guess." And I put on the goggles. I'm like,
The night
now I
vision.
can't see.
Night vision.
No, I have dark vision, But thank you, my old friend of friends. It is good to see you again.
Wait, is this helping or hurting?
Hurting.
Oh. I dropped the concentration for light.
I take the goggles.
Investigation.
Thank you, sir.
As your keen ravenfolk eyes sort out the pieces of trash and rubble.
24.
24.
Fuck.
I rolled a
He's
19.
keen-eyed.
Fuck, he doesn't need us. He's solving this mystery on his own.
After a
I
few
am
glances
intelligent.
around at the framework of the house, you can approach it to a certain models that you've seen before in the area in the last home style. And based on how it sort of collapsed with the flames, it's very clear to you that there was a prolonged burning from an extended fuel source, probably somewhere underneath on the left side, and had a narrow entrance that allowed the heat to expand, which really devastated this area of the house, which caused it to collapse in on itself by breaking the second floor. But this area over here where the stair was, that extra support really caused it to remain stable, and that's why it's still up there.
You got this.
Why does John sound really good at arson?
You've got this.
He like really broke that down. Did anyone else pick up on that?
No, but I have
He was
now.
like, the heat source was here, which carried it this way through the vents. And because that's a supporting staircase, the floor caved in this way.
You know, to be
and I'm sitting over here like, insurance agencies take fucking note. This guy knew how it happened.
I took a second and I heard the word support, and I just started to think of like a dumb joke about how it was like, you've got this. Don't let yourself burn down. You can rise like a phoenix.
2 different pages. 2 different
Completely.
pages.
I didn't want to be an actuary.
Jesus.
You break it down to your compatriots as there was some sort of hidden bunker underneath that began the fire.
Oh, okay.
The entrance is likely what's on the left side of the house.
Gotcha. Am I able to find the entrance as part of this? or-
You would require some strength. You can deduce that it's underneath the rubble, so you have to
so
move
there's
it.
still rubble. Gotcha.
Lots of rubble.
Guys, I just want to make it very clear that I turned to you all after studying this so clearly, and I proceed to very detailed relay that exact information to you
Heck,
in my own way.
that was incredible.
You're
Thank
so,
you.
you're
The
so,
way you articulated
I was
it,
gonna say you're very articulate.
how do you know
Thank you,
I
thank
feel
you.
like,
I like-
and this isn't an accusation, you
Mm.
just sound good at arson. By
Oh,
the way you
really?
described that
Really?
fire arcing up and then how the stair was a supporting factor and the way the floor collapsed, I thought it was like,
Well,
I have an engineering mind and you blew it.
well,
you blew my
fire,
mind.
fire is very fun, and as I say that, I spawn a firebolt in my hand.
Oh,
Dwayne!
Jesus.
Dwayne, you're a rat. You're a mouse. You're a rat?
Rat.
You're a rat.
I mean, yeah, I'm technically a rat.
Your head, your body can squeeze through anything that is the size of your skull.
Oh, he remembers.
Yes, I can do that. And once again, I put my hand not like on your shoulder, but I guess like next to your pec, but at like your abdomen side. I go, my friend, we are people.
You cut your hand.
Yeah, I do. I take 1 damage. I'll note it. Ah, shit, my friend, we are people.
My friend,
My friend.
we are people.
Yeah. Theo has a hand axe. So he grabs it from his holster on his side and he goes, do you guys want me to just kind of do a
Which-
little chop on this wood, move it out of the way? Because this rubble's like mostly like lumber, it looks like, because it burnt away.
Yeah, I'm sure we can
All
all,
ash and, like,
all
some stones.
start clearing some rubble here if we all want to.
Yeah,
send it
I
to
mean,
someone.
once we get down to that door, locked or unlocked, I could get it open.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be super helpful in this endeavor. We're
Yeah,
all gonna
absolutely.
We're all going to
extremely
equally
essential.
contribute as great friends with no
Absolutely.
power struggle do.
And so then
100%.
cut to just Theo removing all of the rubble and not noticing a single time that he is the only one doing it.
I'm practicing getting under the
Yeah.
rubble.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Dwayne and I most of the time are just trying to lift one piece of wood that we just can't with our combined strength of 0.
And meanwhile, over to the side, Theo is
Does
just
all the work.
like almost like
I like to think we aren't even clearing around the door. We're just doing this with some of the mess.
We're
there's
over
like
at
a
the
fucking-
supporting staircase.
like a fucking lumber worker for 30 years. Theo is with grace and swiftness just fucking picking things up on his shoulder and putting them down somewhere else.
It is a few hours before you make any real progress.
It's okay because we're doing it together.
Yeah,
Your
together.
6-foot form definitely wouldn't fit down into this,
That's okay.
but it at the end of your hard, laborious duty, there is a passageway that Dwayne can probably fit through. Dwayne, as you make your way into the entrance of the house, you start scuttling through different parts of the boards, and eventually you find a solid square entrance of metal framing a passageway into cylindrical staircase down. At the bottom of that is just burnt walls, a stone foundation, and everything inside is absolutely burnt. There is one skeleton inside, seemingly charred to a crisp, but without getting up close, you can't tell too much about it.
So I've ducked in through the basement. There's a square open doorway. Everything inside the room is burned.
Like a trapdoor.
Like a trapdoor leading down?
Yep.
Okay, so it's on the floor.
Mhm.
And everything in that room is burned, including a skeleton. Yeah, I'm gonna go in and check that out. That's crazy as fuck. What the shit? Yeah. I'm gonna go check out the skeleton.
Yeah.
Like approximate size,
It's
background,
It's got a glowing necklace.
there's no jewelry on
first
it,
amulet,
but it does seem like it had wire frame glasses that were partially melted on there, and the lenses have been burst. And it's probably about 5'5" in life.
okay.
Both
n-
traits of Tobiko.
Shit, that could be Pat.
That's what I thought. But
Roll me perception.
a 16.
You do notice some carvings into the stone that are definitely abnormal. And unfortunately, they already look like they've been flipped. Switches, there's like 2 switches on the wall to the far end and then one to the side of the door that look like they've been switched open, and you can see the cavities and the recesses in the walls underneath that spots were there where there was 2 secret passages, but they've been opened.
So it's no longer accessible?
It's more like there were secret cabinets that have been opened, and inside the contents inside have been burnt away.
Oh, so it's already just an open, exposed secret area. Okay. I guess I would still.
If you'd like to roll a medicine check to try to analyze the bones.
Yeah, Dwayne has a heavy skepticism around these bones. Either not 20 for shock of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna casually breeze through. Either for shock of it or just not wanting to put together what that fully means, if it is what he sees.
You're able to reject, like, there was something off about this in general, and you've seen diagrams of bones, and unfortunately life has brought you to see some broken bones as well, especially being friends with Tobiko, who was always breaking bones, always getting injured.
He was plushy, but he broke bones.
But he always bounced back. He always healed from it.
Classic Toby.
This skeleton has only like 1 or 2 fractures that happened and like begun to heal over. The rest of them on the skeleton are like, besides some post-mortem breaks, very well and healthy. Tobiko, on the other hand, had a ton of breaks that had healed over.
Yeah. But these do look like Tobiko's glasses.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick them up and cast mending.
All right.
And I'm gonna pocket those and bring them back with me.
Nice.
Just like his mother would have wanted.
Dude, shut the hell up about my mother. Yeah, I guess on the way out, I'll take like a slow walk through, trying to see if I missed anything amongst the wreck. But I guess I'll come back out if that's all I find down there.
You like search thoroughly, and you do find one thing down there.
Oh, what?
One thing that survived the fire. A Polaroid photo of the 10th birthday party.
Oh shit! That's
and
great.
everyone's sitting around.
That's a great bit
at
of
the
lore.
cake.
We love that. We can we can make that an icon, and then we'll fade
wait.
to black over that,
Wait,
and
so
then the
everyone around
credits
the
will
cake?
roll, and it will say
Yep.
Dick Wolf.
The picture is burnt, but you can clearly make out the three of you and Tobiko.
Is that it? Is that the only people we can make out?
And
Okay. Shit.
Wait, so when you come back upstairs, Theo's just talking to Peck and he goes, so that's why I think it's crazy that you don't have a cloaca.
No. Okay, so fuck. Dwayne comes back up and
Mike.
he looks definitely a little more shaken. Like he looked freaked out when he noticed that there were orc in there, but in this way he looks visibly like upset, as if there has been some bad news told to him downstairs. And he comes up and looks at you guys. I don't want it to be that way, and I really don't think it is. So let me start with that. I did find a lot of burned things downstairs, and among that was a set of bones that was made, I think, made to look like Tobiko, but is in fact not Tobiko. I think Tobiko faked his death, maybe? He says his sister was part of some gang. If the gang is hunting people down, people from his birthday, then maybe he had to escape. Maybe he did need everyone to think he was dead. But I don't think we could think that too. And I take out the fixed pair of glasses. He left these on his body. I don't know if we can scry, if we can find him with these, but
May I?
yeah, please. And I give you the glasses.
Take them and I start rummaging in a satchel as you continue talking.
I don't know if we can find Tobiko using this, but I don't think he's dead. And I do know he needs our help. I think we got to find Tobiko, you guys. I don't know what else is around town. I don't know how much more he could tell us because everything here is burned, but guys, we got to find him.
Well, what was causing the magic bubble? This place feels really hidden.
Yeah, I actually...
Who
I
was
don't know
strong
about
enough
that.
to make this? Like, was Tobiko the only one living here?
Do we know if Tobiko was studying magic in any way? Like, is that something Tobiko ever talked about?
Is this something he seems like he could have done
No,
himself?
he just definitely doesn't seem capable of this.
So
since
someone
last
else
time
was
you see
helping
him.
him.
Yeah, like a house-sized illusory spell is either cast through glyphs over the course of years or in one big bout.
Yeah.
So-
that's
Let me
powerful
ask
magic.
a question. Have we been to this place before?
No.
Do we know his family whatsoever?
He's talked about him, but you guys were never really allowed over.
Can I ask you another question?
Yep.
Did he ever mention if either of his parents was near or farsighted? In case those glasses aren't Tobiko's, but they're his family's, and they all wear like the same kind of glasses.
You know his father wears glasses, but they're a much like cleaner trim.
They're a different trim.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
These are like very specific, ugly wireframe glasses that he just had a real big fondness for that he would wear.
this is,
Tobiko.
yeah.
Got it.
Theo's going to look over and go, that's not. Theo. Sorry.
Theo.
Theo's confused.
Theo doesn't
No,
Theo's sad.
Theo need help. So Theo's gonna look over and he's gonna go, I'm like 90% sure Tobiko, like, power to him for not really being the smartest guy, but he was still good at holding his own. I don't
my
think
God,
he
he
would
was
have
the
just
best.
kind of
Of
gone
course.
down in an underground bunker. He would have gone out swinging.
That's what I mean. I believe me, we've all known each other for a while now, like years. I've seen Tobiko take a number of tumbles, many of which he did not get back up from for
You remember that time?
6 to 8 weeks.
You remember that time he got hit in the balls so hard they thought that they would never recede from that one dodgeball match?
He got hit so hard he collapsed, and we thought he died. He just didn't want to get up.
Listen,
That's how bad that was.
Listen, I still feel you see Peck has drawn a circle with chalk.
You're like actually casting.
I still think like
he's taken out a pearl and an owl feather, laid them on the ground. And he looks up and he's like, guys, I still feel bad about that catapult spell. It went wrong. It went the wrong direction. I know. It wasn't aimed at his balls.
No, I would.
and it
Hey,
just-
I didn't.
No, I
I
get it.
wasn't
It
saying.
shoots in a straight line, and Tobiko.
It's a
moved-
perfectly
yeah,
straight line.
We moved in the
saying-
path.
We're
he
saying
thought
he could
there would be some drop. There wasn't.
We're saying he could take a hit we're not saying who hit him. You know what I
All
mean?
this is to
Okay.
say, Tobiko's broken.
I just feel like you hold it over me sometimes.
No. I mean, of course, I'm gonna do that, but not here nor there right now. We are getting off topic. The point is,
I'm now like in like a meditation.
yeah, you're like
pose.
meditating. Your eyes are glowing. There's blue flames just popping up.
Remnants
Fuck
of
it.
the smoke it left inside the area that hasn't cleared out is like kind of swirling around
Yep.
you.
By the way, I am ritual casting Identify.
Nice.
This is to say, moreover, the bones in that basement were made to look like Tobiko, but they didn't look like Tobiko's, you know?
Can I-
Like, not from the time he broke his arm, not from the time we sprained our legs, not from the time he twisted his ankle, not from the time he pulled his clavicle, not from the time he shattered his rib.
Did he still
The list
have-
goes on for 5 more
Yeah,
minutes.
the
of
list goes on for like 5 to 10 more minutes.
I have a question.
Cats have a penis bone.
And the time he snapped his dick,
I have a question.
They have an actual boner.
and he snapped it again.
How big is the space that I can travel within this bubble?
It's about 1 acre of land.
How long would it take me to like do a quick scan of that space for any possible druidic? I wanna like look around where like at least where the house was and try and like look for druidic or any form of maybe if there were any
Abnormal
people
nature
who
phenomenon.
yeah, or like maybe yeah, or if there were like some disturbance in a wilderness front, or maybe like if the runes that are making this ward around this place look like they're like runes of druidic nature or totems or something.
I like that idea, and I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna look around near the site of the fire for any thieves' cant.
We're both looking for like, all right, we know a secret society.
Someone's been writing
Someone's been-
here.
Yeah, we're both looking around being like, where's the warning
Someone
signs?
wrote, "I did this," or "You deserved this," or "This was coming."
Tobiko had it coming 2024. I wish that I had married Kim.
Searching around, Tobigo had like a clear garden here. The barrier between the outside and inside the little bubble is like much more well cared for grass. It's not 3.5 feet high, but it is still been let go. But it's clear that or this place had stopped being maintained about only a few days ago. Nothing is really overgrown, though it didn't seem like he was the best at upkeeping his lawn.
Who is?
He liked a little bit of wildness to it.
Who is?
There's no clear druidic messages. As for thieves' cant, roll me investigation.
Yeah. Basically what he's saying is, fuck you, Mike. You can't do anything cool right now, but Owen.
But Owen rolled a 24.
But
Did
Owen
24?
sees
24.
something.
19 plus 5.
All right. You actually find a thieves' cant symbol. It's not necessarily writing. It's in the abstract markings and folds of everyday things that blend in this secret language. And the way a few of the boards are stacked around the entrance of the house and an unnatural marking that only if you were looking for it would you find it, denotes that this house is not to be looted. For whatever reason,
Interesting.
someone has made the active choice to mark this house as to not be looted in a way that only people looking for it would see.
I also know thieves' cant.
So not only was this place burned down intentionally, but someone in thief community like marked this place "Do not loot." It's like tagged. Holy shit! Well, no point in that then.
Theo's looking at the grass on the ground around the edge of the bubble going, I think I can smell a clue.
Roll me perception. Actually, fuck it. No, investigation. Whatever one you prefer for walking around the edge of the bubble.
Investigation or perception, they're both +2. That's an 11.
13 is a good roll.
No, 13's a good roll, though. That's better.
Mixed
than
into the
11.
dirt around the edge is a certain white powder. You can see it in concentrations more often in some places than others, but it's sort of blended into the dirt. But something doesn't line up with it's not exact. It seems a little bit more loose than a perfect circle, where the barrier is definitely a perfect circle. You don't know what it is from that. It just, those sort of things stuck out in your mind.
Hey, does anyone have flint and steel?
I mean, probably.
Actually,
I do like starting a fire.
Oh, good, because we're gonna do that in a second.
Yeah, I got a tinderbox.
Yeah,
guys see this over
also have
here?
a tinderbox.
I kind of like point you. I leave you to finish the ritual casting.
I open my eyes and they're just glowing white. And I look over,
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going. You're good.
raise a thumbs up,
Dwayne,
go
though,
back.
Yeah,
Come
what's
here.
up?
you see this white line?
Uh-huh. Oh, this is okay.
It
It's
looks-
like I like put my finger in it and taste it. What does it taste like? Come on, Dad, tell me. I
It's
put it in my mouth.
So you definitely get a lot of the dirt in it.
Uh-huh.
Dirt
Taste I can filter
Yep.
through.
And so after you out of the
Aerate, filter, taste,
minus
fuck
the
up.
palate.
dirt, chalky, but with a hint of
Yeah, like some salt,
like
Sulfur.
some chalk salt.
you get the hint that it's like when a potion ferments to just the right amount of first level magic, it's something around there, like that weird arcana feeling on your tongue, that a specific aftertaste tingle that is used in high level alchemies to your reference.
I think this was bought at Chalk Zone.
Perfect. Do you have the flint and steel?
I do.
Do you mind if I spark a second fire?
What's your plan here?
I feel like this stuff is going to show us the way, so to speak, if we lighted a flame.
I think I want to try one thing before you light it, Theo. I just want to like rest a hand on it and try and channel a little arcane energy into this chalk.
So this isn't necessarily base mechanic D&D, but I'm going to, as an aspect of Tarrowheim, you had said you wanted to try to put magical force. You are a ranger as well as a artificer, meaning your base mana types are plant and spark. Which are you trying to channel forth it or
Spark.
accommodate? Spark?
Mhm.
It begins to ignite in a brief puff of smoke, but it doesn't seem to have really affected the volume of the powder there.
Whoa, how'd you do that?
I just tried putting a little, juice in
A little
it.
juice in it?
I just tried putting some juice in it,
Just
but
some juice?
just wasn't enough juice. I don't
Little
think maybe the
juice.
wrong kind of juice.
Let me pick some up. I got juice. All right. I have
Touching chalk, putting
So,
juice.
I look at you and I go, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna channel two types of music.
Two
I'm gonna-
types of music.
Shut the fuck up.
Jazz and reggae.
And I hope you like it. I'm gonna channel two types of magic at once. My right hand, I'm going to channel plants and nature with my druid magic.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm gonna cut my left hand open, and I want you
Jesus,
to pour
what?
it directly on my blood.
Gee, what? What the fuck? Gee, what?
Yeah. So Theo has blood magic. All of basically any flame spells he does are going to be just flavored as some form of blood. So
What am I giving you?
some dust.
It's all over the ground.
I got it. It was more for helping me when I was gonna be bleeding because I didn't want to get my hands in the dirt. You know?
I don't want you to be bleeding.
Why?
My friend,
I'm
why?
my strongest when I bleed.
It
Oh,
becomes
that's a lot. That's a lot to begin.
it like kind of absorbs it and then just like doesn't really respond at all.
So it doesn't like the
It just like
nature magic.
the grass around it soaps it in before it could ever get really to the powder.
Are you gonna get mad if I do the blood thing?
I'm not. I'm just like worried, man.
Do you trust me though?
You're doing a lot that I don't know if it's reflective of your true you.
Well, this is what my parents taught me.
Huh.
Watch this. And I just I
do blood magic.
I blood bend. No, so I take my fucking right hand and I slap the spike like collar thing I have going around my neck. And you can just see it like puncture my hand. I'll take 1 point of damage for doing that. And I am going to basically use my other hand to draw out a like small ball of blood that I'm now like channeling magically and it's floating in between my hands. And again, the bandage on my right hand completely dry. So now I just have this little ball of blood and I'm like, all right, can you
What?
like put some dust in this?
I thought you were trying to activate the circle.
Well, now that I saw what you were doing, and I don't
I
want
was
to
trying to
activate it
activate the
all at
circle.
once because that might be a problem.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I think it's gonna be fine at this point.
All right, let's
I'm
do
pretty
it.
checked
Do you want
out
me
on
to
the
do it? Do you want me to
consequences. I
do
think it's gonna
this
be
to the
fine.
whole thing, or do you want me to light it on fire?
Yeah, I might as well do that to the whole thing.
And the mechanical thing I am doing right now is using produce and control flame cantrips simultaneously. Produce flames for one action on one turn, and then basically the next 6 seconds later, I'm going to use control flames.
This would be the more the blood mist, the boiling blood mist.
Yeah.
When it hits the white sand, it begins to glow like fairy fire and dyes the flame that color
Whoa!
while in contact with it. Your boiling blood turned a vibrant cyan green.
Weird. What do you think of this? What is this? How do you think of this?
This is all over my head, man. I'm still just trying to think that Tobiko is alive, and I'm really hanging on to that. So I'm
Wait a
really happy
second.
we're trying to solve the mystery.
Wait a second. I have a small vial.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick up a vial full of this white powder.
Mm-hmm.
Does it follow the property line?
It follows the bubble right inside the bubble.
Yeah.
So it's like directly underneath the bubble in most of the area, but it like kind of goes in some areas, seeming haphazardly.
Yeah, so I'm going to collect it, and then I'm going to look at you, and I'm going to go, I think I know what this does. We need to find a druid. I think this is part of the reason that people are turning into orcs. Because, you know how it's like the cyan virus?
Yeah.
Well, my blood just turned cyan from touching this stuff, and it's not following the full circle. It looks like it's like maybe someone tracked it in on their boots, or they left it here for people who maybe found this place to turn into orcs to not speak.
So,
You know what I mean?
I think we should go find Peck, but
yeah, let's go find. Let's
I
go
want
find
to
Peck.
walk this pattern real quick. I'll meet you back there.
I'll go find Peck, and I'll bring him up to date on this.
Yeah, I want to use I would ideally try and use my natural explorer feat here to try and walk the perimeter of the bubble and trace out what I would best guess this shape to look like.
Investigation with advantage, and I am going to give you a lot of information just for that natural explorer, but you're going to spend like 5-10 minutes, maybe like probably even like a half an hour kind of doing this.
Investigation 17.
With your investigation 17, you walk the perimeter of not just the bubble, but the white line. And it what he was saying earlier sounds actually quite accurate. Like someone was pouring the sand out along. And you can, as you're walking around, you can see where your feet all walked in to this property line and where you guys have tracked. Small bits of the disturbed white sand seem to match footprints, and little grains of it are in the footprints that you guys have left throughout the property. And as you kind of like are investigating this and searching throughout it, you notice it's still stuck to your hands, like that chalky feeling.
So is this like tracer powder kind of? Is this like a tracking spell?
It seems to be something like that.
No, that should be fine. That should be fine. I'll swallow that. Aha! Double
kinda have to.
entendre. Interesting.
So,
Base
Theo,
assumption, is this related to the bubble or is this external?
It looks like it's not related to the spell that made the bubble, but someone who knew it would hide the tracer powder, or if that is what it is, inside the barrier of the bubble. So as soon as you stepped in, whoever
That's
discovered this place would leave showing exactly where they went.
Looks like the mob is trying to figure
Oh.
out who's coming to check in on Tobiko.
Oh. And I ate
And
it.
he ate it, which
Fuck!
means that whoever.
How do I always do this?
So basically, whoever is trying to track us down for helping out
Yeah.
Tobiko right now, you are a beacon.
Son of a bitch.
I'm also holding a container of it, which probably doesn't help. But like,
I have something that doesn't help either.
Yeah, what's your thing? I think at this point you guys can do a little talk if you want, and I'll
no,
come
I mean
into
you
it.
come into you
No,
come
because
into,
I came in later, so you guys do.
Yeah, you guys wanna
your
do a little
thing. I'm
talk?
panicking.
Oh, we're gonna do something, probably not talk.
But it's a podcast.
Theo, so you're approaching me, right?
Yep.
Cool. As soon as you go to say something to me, Peck immediately raises a finger to his lips in a shushing motion and like looks at you intensely.
I don't say anything, but I kind of like raise my hands and I'm like, okay, fuck, dude, whatever.
Puts the glasses down, reaches into his satchel, and takes out a paper and quill and writes this. Here you go.
I'm upset. I'm upset because someone pooed on my playtime. Come on, y'all. What's with these passing messages?
So Theo, having read what was just handed to him, and also kind of like putting together a second ago, like it's not related to the creation of the safe zone. It's more related to the invasion of the safe zone. And so I hold up the powder and I kind of like point at Dwayne who's walking over, and I point to the powder and then I point in my mouth and then I point at him again.
And I think that's when you scream.
Yeah, you see off to the side, like, I look like I'm doing the sobriety test almost, where I'm following in line with the steps. And then you see I take a few steps to the side, look under my shoe, take a few steps to the side, look at the dirt, and I just go, oh, god damn.
I take your arm and we sprint over to Dwayne.
Guys, I swallowed a tracking potion. They know.
Theo!
They know.
No, hey.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. We run over. We cover Dwayne's mouth, and I like get really close. Like my fucking lips are touching his rat ear, and I'm like, "They have a listening device, you motherfucker. You gotta be quiet, motherfucker. Just stop talking for a second. We gotta be real quiet."
So I also run over there. I swear to fucking God.
You gotta be real quiet.
If you keep fucking yelling, I'm going to actually kill you.
Dwayne just got us. He's like whispering.
Dwayne is like
in his
crying.
ears.
Dwayne is like, I'm gonna die. They're gonna get me. I have to go to the cops or the hospital. I have to call my dad.
The camera pans to the note that Theo's holding, and it
Hold on,
says,
wait.
it's a listening device and
The glasses?
on.
Yeah,
The glasses.
So you saying that?
You
just then?
bastard!
That was not a good thing you just
I really hate that you just said that.
Give me 1 second.
I'm so hurt. My voice isn't working anymore.
Honestly, I think we can call that section one.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Fucking Christ.
This is Prime Time.